tucked it right away instead of taking a little itch step at the back, might have been able to lean for the first down, but that hesitation cost him.
Hauschka from 26. As expected, it's good, and Buffalo reclaims the lead for the second time tonight. The Bills are on top, 10-7. Buffalo with 5:41 left in the first half.
AXA Advisors Financial Professional.
Not so much at kicker, Steve.
No, House Money is his nickname, and he was extremely accurate a year ago. Did all his extra points. He did miss a couple field goals, but you know what I noticed? I went back and kind of field goals were in games that were decided, or or one way or the other. I mean, the guy doesn't miss a clutch kick, and in a stadium like New Era Field, where in December you can get a foot of snow on the ground, that says a lot.
It was 7-9 from 50 or more last season. This one will be returnable. Where Bird has it. Bird avoids a tackle at the 18, crosses the 20, and then about the 28-yard line. Buffalo Bills Embedded, presented by Pepsi, is going to provide viewers an inside look at team practices, meetings, coach conversations, and player interactions. Each episode is going to be posted to Facebook Watch on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., and then it's going to be available on BuffaloBills.com, Buffalo Bills app, and Buffalo Bills YouTube channel beginning each Thursday at 8 p.m. And we've got an edition of Buffalo Bills Embedded coming your way at halftime.
Oh, flip to me? Oh,
we almost something for you. Yep.
Nice.
So Gilbert remains in at quarterback. Cameron Artis Payne, the Auburn product, is the tailback. Tight end, the right fullback, Alex Arma. They a big bruising back net at the 30, pick up close to 2.
Lafayette Pitts stepping up into the hole there. Did a nice job of holding his ground, kind of sorting through the traffic. You always wonder now, in this current climate in which we exist as football fans, when they're going to call a helmet rule, a helmet tackle, because when you're trying to tackle somebody, it's half to make the tackle and half to protect yourself. And I think you can see the officials trying to sort that out in an instant.
Quick completion to Ian Thomas, the rookie tight end from Indiana. It's been a sets of rule changes, and there's been a lot of moving and shuffling, but the big three, we're talking about kickoffs, talking about the catch rule, and then the 15-yard penalty for lowering the head to initiate and make contact with the helmet. Helmet-to-helmet contact happens on every single play. It is going to be a huge challenge, and there's going to be a learning curve throughout the season with it. I agree. 3rd and 6 as we approach 4 minutes left here in the first half. Gilbert under pressure. Gilbert goes down. Brandon Phillips, still a rookie from Stanford. I don't like the way he's holding that left arm, though, coming off the field.
Pretty hairy. He's got a brace on his left arm. Looked like he kind of hurt himself a little bit. Nevertheless, got through for the sack. Comes from the right defensive end, gets the up and under swim move, and did a really nice job working against Taylor Hearn at the left guard for the Carolina Panthers. A one-on-one pass rush, and Harrison gets it.
Marcus Murphy, the man back to this. Got some pretty good punt work. Switch to his left. Taken down at verse 27. Last time out, as quarterback, A.J. McCarron engineered a 15-play drive that resulted in an Auschwitz field goal. What will McCarron and company have when they retake the field?
Denali.
Rookie came off the field holding his left arm. The Bills were just working on the brakes. He seemed to be fine. No injury, just nothing but congrats, happiness, and celebration for a first big play for a new Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, good news for the 3rd-round draft pick from Stanford, a 13 All-American last year, a top-rated run stuffer, and he's the future behind Kyle Williams. What will the future quarterback be? A.J. McCarron gets his second bite, hands this one off to Cadet. McCarron 5 for 7, 46 yards on his opening drive. Jared North with the tackle of Cadet there. Cadet getting a lot of carries early on. So is Murphy.
This is a little first down run. Nothing special. They really relied heavily on the pass. I think that's probably the thought of the game plan. Let's come out throwing it, not be conservative. Let's give our guys a chance to open it up a little bit and put the defense on its heels with our quarterback arm instead of the running game.
Remember, we fully expect to see Josh Allen play a majority of the second half. It's McCarron up right now. The former Bama guy airs one out. Got it wide open.
Come on!
That's Riley runs down the sideline and run out just about at the 10. "62-yard pickup for the Bills."
Tremendous job by the offensive line as McCarron moves out, got nobody around him, and catches Riley coming across the backside. He got manned up on the linebacker, David Mayo, and just outran him, and McCarron did a great job scanning the field, going through his progression, and giving Riley a chance to come out on the backside of that play.
A.J. McCarron, 6 of 8 for 108 yards. Nathan Peterman in the first quarter, 9 of 10 for 119, a touch and an interception that really wasn't his fault. This is why they're code number ones. The QB battle is going to be a real good one if this first half from Orchard Park is any indication. McCarron at the 2-minute warning trying to put more points on the board for the Bills.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event, and now
Brown back here with you, A.J. quarterback, with Nathan Peterman trying to engineer another scoring drive. It is 1st and 10 right now from the 13. Buffalo 217 passing yards already. McCarron looking to add to it. Slings one, finds Murphy. Murphy across the 10 to the 5 and down to the 3.
Nice little swing pass, and McCarron keeps his eyes down the field, and then as the screen pass takes place, Murphy does a nice job picking his way through. The offensive line gets out in front of him, and right now, the Bills' offensive line has really played extremely well the last couple of drives. They gave up a sack. This group gave up a sack on their first play, but then after that, they have done an extremely good job of protecting A.J. McCarron in the passing game and also getting out in front of those screen passes. The run game blocking has not been that great so far, but they've only had 1 or 2 opportunities.
Rookie fullback Zach Olstad in front of Murphy. Flag for the snap.
Good game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
To me, Rob, that's a bench penalty. I think that's a bench penalty. I think that's a logistical coaching penalty. You got to get the play in there faster. The personnel's got to get in there faster. And they tried it, and the Panthers, I think, gave them a little bit of pause because they wholesale changed their front 7 and the Bills hesitated to call the play until they knew who was on the field defensively, and that caused the penalty.
Third penalty of the half. Again, new offensive coordinator and Brian Dable. All he's done is win 5 Super Bowl rings and last year's college football national championship. That's a pretty good resume. Karen from the gun. Looks to the right, looks to the left, buys some time. Under pressure, throws it away wisely. Again, McCarron has the most experience of the 3 quarterbacks battling for the #1 position. That was an experienced play. The pressure came his way, and he just threw it away.
That's exactly what I was saying. He had a lot of time, and he had a lot of poise to go with it. He didn't hurry himself. Hung in there, and then finally just threw it away. Offensive lineman double teaming on the outside of the left tackle. Looking around, everybody's engaged. They gave him plenty of time, and finally somebody got loose. But that was an excellent job on the offensive line. And it was a coverage sack and a coverage incompletion.
2nd and goal, we give to Murphy. Touchdown, Buffalo!
Watch down inside as Wyatt Teller pulls across and gets out in front, traps him. Coming right here in front, gets the block. That's Booker coming across. He's coming right here. He's going to come right out and kick this guy out. He's going to come right in behind him.
Murphy, 6 carries, 30 yards.
That is well blocked over
That touchdown run. Flag it up. Hauschka nails it.
Perhaps an alignment penalty on the defense.
There is no foul play for illegal defense, illegal formation by the defense. The PAT is good.
There you go.
So the PAT stands. McDermott having a conversation with the line judge, and that he had a recent conversation with his quarterback.
Hey, after that last drive, A.J. McCarron walked over to Sean McDermott, had a long conversation. It looked to be about the penalty. McCarron was putting his hand in the air, simulating the signal an official gives to reset the play clock. It seemed like the confusion was not so much about the play getting in, more about an official's signal. That's back up to you.
Yeah, sometimes the official signals him to reset the play clock, but the clock operator doesn't see it and it doesn't get reset. The official has to call the penalty because they can't let a play go without a play clock running. And that could very well be it. It could have been, or it could have been McCarron thinking he saw the signal and then it not taking place. So yeah, there's no question something was wrong there because McCarron probably felt he had enough time to get it off.
5-play drive, covered 74 yards. It's 227, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. For this offseason, looks maligned Bills offense. They look really strong in the opening half of the opening game of the preseason. They're going harder for the returns to the 23. 48 seconds left in the half. Coming up, it's the Northtown Automotive Group halftime show. From Coach McDermott on his thoughts on the first half. Bill's embedded feature as we take you behind the scenes of the building of this 2018 Buffalo Bills unit. We'll have all the highlights and the touchdowns coming your way as well. Buffalo Bills man still down. From the angle, it's hard to get a number on him.
Traverse is it.
Nice to see him pop up and walk off without any help.
Right. Oh, yeah, he got caught right as he really, Jamal Jones peeled off and just caught him. And, you know, we've seen more vicious hits, perhaps, but if you're not ready for it, it takes less of a hit to hurt. And that's what I think Traverse Cadet saw. He saw about to lunge for the ball carrier.
Yeah, my right shoulder aches just watching that one. Quick completion to Curtis Samuel. Speedy man from Ohio State. A lot of changes to the receiving corps for Carolina in the offseason. Torrey Smith brought in D.G. Moore, the first round pickup from Maryland. Jerry, slot receiver as well. Cam Newton's day done. Led the Panthers to a first quarter touchdown and McCaffrey 2-yard run. Since then, 10 points unanswered from Buffalo. Another completion to Samuel. 34 seconds left in the half. Carolina approaching midfield. Bush with the tackle.
good throw by Gilbert.
He's got daddy's arm, huh?
Yeah, just fit it in over the leaping safety. Taron Johnson almost got a hand on that and went for it. Couldn't pull it in.
Take another look at the completion.
He's going to try. And right there, it's that close to being a tipped pass.
So Dad's going to talk to Sean McDermott at the end of the half. What do you want to hear from Sean right about now?
I want to hear how he feels about his quarterbacks. I mean, they've got it. I mean, they both played extremely well. You had one interception on a tipped pass right off the helmet of the receiver, but that offense has played extremely well, I think. And their offensive line, I think you've got to be impressed with. They have really protected the both the first and the second offensive line have played really well as well.
Bodine and Groy battling for the center spot that was vacated when Eric Wood had to retire due to that neck injury that was discovered after the season. That's a big loss. The 2nd and 10, 29 seconds left. Gilbert to the air again. Ian Thomas. Thomas, the target pickup. 4 seconds left now in the first half.
An incomplete pass. It was waved off. He double caught and he didn't get his second foot down before he stepped out there. See his right in the air when he does get control of the fusion with the new pass catch rule. When did the quote-unquote possession stop? That's why they're reviewing it, right? They hope an incomplete actually overruled it from a completion to an incompletion. Now they're going to review it to make sure of that. And
the officials were in to all the camps to try and explain this one.
It didn't go well everywhere.
It went well enough, though. That was the word we got. So Ron Rivera and staff are going to sit back on this one. So the officials came to the camp. They met with the staff. They met with the players. They also met with the media. Thad, you were there at the meeting with the officials. What did you learn?
Well, one thing about the new catch rule, and we've heard a lot about half control, two-step football move. Control now begins the first time you grab a ball. So if you're juggling it inside, control begins out here. You can get 2 feet down, and it's still a good catch. This is the Kelvin Benjamin rule from last year. So a ball that's being juggled, as long as you don't lose complete control of the ball, you have it when you first grab control. 2 feet after that, it should be good. Rob?
Well, they're taking their time watching this one, Thad. Thank you.
This is one of those, and I've said this before, no matter how you write this rule, there are going to be instances that challenge that writing. And I was part of this kickoff summit in New York when the rules committee got together and they were deciding how they were going to change and evolve the kickoff. and they are very concerned with the language of the rule because that's what you have to interpret as officials. So if they can, but no matter how you write this catch rule, there's going to be 10
After
catches a
review play,
weekend.
the rule of the field has been confirmed. It is an incomplete pass.
Okay. Well, if you're saying his possession started when that ball hit his hands, he got 2 feet in.
Right. He caught it once, bobbled it, grabbed it again, and his feet were off, his foot was off the ground. So in that instance, I mean, I like the fact that that was an incomplete pass, not just because it was a Carolina player, but because that bobble showed me he didn't have control of it. But I don't know if that's part of the rule.
So now 3rd and 10, another completion of Samuel. Is he tackling inbounds?
Stuff is
He missed out the clock at 17.
I thought he bounced inbounds down. We'll see. Nope, that's a good call out of bounds.
Gordon Johnson, the rookie, whoever State with the tackle, so Carolina forced to punt.
I always like these instances in the preseason. I thought it was a great opportunity without too much consequence to try and make it tough on yourself. Go for it on a 4th and 7, or try a long field goal, or do something as if you were in a desperation mode.
Lucas Wilford lets that one bounce, pays off. Oscar slides into it at the 21.
Not that you should go for a 4th and 25 or set yourself up. Don't do anything silly, but if you got a 4th and 2 and you're towards midfield, take an opportunity to go for it.
All right, so now I ask you this: 6 seconds left in the half. You're up 10. And you got a quarterback duel going on. They have an appearance at the near you. You learn to play.
They're in the kneel down formation. And I think one thing you consider if you're Sean McDermott, you know what, let's not get anybody hurt. Quick first half. One of the famous last words, that was a quick first half. But I think some of the questions have begun to be answered. Both quarterbacks in both of those played pretty well. And the offensive line, both units, first and the seconds, played extremely well as well.
Both QBs throw for over 100 yards. On the field, Pat Brown, the coach for German.
Thank you, Rob. Sean, more than 200 yards passing in the first half. What did you think of the performance of both your quarterbacks?
Well, I thought they really did some good things. I like the command that both of them had in terms of the offense and being the field general out there. You know, some things, we left some points on the board with that one drive, but overall, pleased we had to come out in the second half and fundamentally play tough Buffalo football.
Outside of a few penalties and the one touchdown the Panthers scored, how good a start was this for your football team?
Well, it's a start. A lot of work. We got a whole half of football to play yet.
All right, Sean, thank you very much. All right, Rob, back up to you.
All right, Pat. Trying to get it out of the first half for Buffalo. Well, we saw McCarron. We saw Peterman. Next up, the first rounder, Josh Allen.
The punt by Tress Way, and he's forced to call for the fair catch, circled by the Redskins in coverage. Into a timeout. Second, 10-0 Washington.
brand new digital-only series. It's called Bills. Will give you a behind-the-scenes, all-access look at Sean Mc. It'll look something like this.
We're going to do a couple, continue to develop our standard of how we do things. Number two is, so the first thing right here is a little bit of this that you are not somebody else. That is non-negotiable. If I question your effort, you're not playing for this team. You can go play somewhere else. That's our standard. That's the standard that we have in this building. So if I see it again, you're coming off the field. One guy prevents us from making a touchdown on offense. One guy. That's all it takes, is one guy not to do his job, or one guy not to give great effort. They talk about us being a talented football team. Don't talk to me about talent. Don't talk to me about potential. You show me talent and habits, I'll say we got something. Talent with habits. Talent with no habits, I don't want to be a part of that, right? Talent and habits, we got something going. We got a team.
Nothing like feeling the goosebumps you get from a good head coach pep talk. The Bills, maybe hear that right now. They're up 10 on the Panthers at the half. Preseason game number 1. We're back with more from Rob and Steve after this. Welcome back to the Northbound Automotive Halftime Show. Bills nursing a 10-point lead after a very impressive first half. For more on what has gone on after the first half, we go back upstairs. Rob Stone and Steve Tasker to recap what has been a promising opening 2 quarters for the Bills. Guys?
Well, promising for the quarterbacks, for sure. That was the number one question mark coming into this game and really for the season. Who's going to be the number 1 quarterback for the Buffalo Bills? Coach starters, both of them impressed you.
Peterman, he came out, went 7 for 7 on his first drive for 75 yards and really was flawless. They had a couple of penalties on both sides of the football, one offsides and then an encroachment on subsequent plays. Other than that, it was flawless for the Buffalo Bills, and both offensive lines protected the ball. The last ball that Peterman threw went off the face mask of Ivan, and that was really the only blemish. It was really impressive for the Buffalo Bills. You got to be encouraged by where they're at.
Coach McDermott had to temper himself a little bit at halftime to hide the joy he had in seeing what Kenneth and Karen were able to do as the quarterback battle just got a whole lot more intense.
Let's start it out with Nathan Peterman. He got the start tonight and came out on that first drive, spread the football around. Did a nice job finding this play was really the one that they had to ad-lib. Kelvin Benjamin coming back after it, and then Peterman rewards him at the other end with a nice fade route. Kelvin Benjamin getting into the corner of the end zone, and that capped off what was a really, really impressive 90-yard drive. A.J. McCarron comes in. The first play from scrimmage, he took a sack, and then stepped up. The offensive line found itself and converted that third down, converted this into a huge play for Brandon Riley that got him down close, and then it ended up with the touchdown as well. And field goal too. And so 7 for 10 for AJ McCarron, 9 of 10 for Nathan Peterman. Over 220 yards passing. I mean, I don't know what to say because there were question marks about the skill position of the quarterbacks, but the offensive line played extremely well. The running backs played extremely well. You kind of got to shrug your shoulders and say that's a pretty good half of preseason football.
Sean McDermott is looking for that quarterback separation. He's been looking for it throughout camp. He's not going to find it when you look at these numbers from his coach starters.
Yeah, but how do you differentiate those two guys right there? Even the interception by Peterman was a doink off a guy's shoulder pad. He threw it really, and you see the first half stats: 257 total yards of offense with 14 first downs, only 3 penalties, and 17 points, 228 passing yards. They went through 8 games last year and didn't throw for 200 yards in an entire game. And here they did it in the first half of their first preseason game against a team that won 11 games last year, the Carolina Panthers.
Clearly, the new offensive coordinator, Brian Dable, his strategy this half, we're throwing the ball. Guess who's going to be throwing the second? From Wyoming, shot. To take over the Buffalo offense when they return. Builds up by 10. Second half next.
Hey. All right.
Yards and 17 first half points. Pretty good start for the Buffalo Bills. Pretty good start from that offensive line that's had to do some readjusting in the offseason.
Yeah, a couple of replacement players coming in. You had to find the right guard, left guard. You had to find a new center. And this is the second group coming in with AJ McCarron, and they played extremely well. Russ Bodine down inside along with Wyatt Teller, the rookie, Boatger on the right guard, and great protection up front. AJ McCarron had all kinds of time to scan the football field. He had great wide vision lanes to open. They pushed the defensive lineman out of his lines of sight. He could scan the field. Hard to imagine an offensive line playing much better than that. And those guys haven't taken that many reps as that starting 5 unit. Very much there's been so much shuffling of that, trying to find the right combination during training camp. That you never get that many. This is the most reps they've had as a 5-man unit. No question about it, all through training camp. And man, oh man, you're really searching to find a mistake along any one of those 5 guys.
was tapped as well. He's back at his goal line to try and return this kickoff. And as expected, there will be no return. But there will be. And here they come. And they are for the man who set to start the second half with Josh Allen.
And what do you think? Do you think he's going to hand this ball off? Given what they did in the first half, throw it out of the top of the stadium.
Play action. Allen going deep. Complete, but out of bounds. Robert Foster pulled it in. And they love the illusion.
Hey! That was a great throw. Look how far it went. Wow. And that's, you knew it was going to happen. Robert Foster down the sideline. Josh Allen leads him out of bounds. He did make the catch, but there was no chance for that to be completed. That ball got away from him a little bit, but it did travel, what am I going to say, 65 yards in the air. And it,
She gave that one to C.J. Anderson. Anderson, over 1,000 yards last year, just 3 touchdowns. Acquired in the offseason, free agent pickup. Again, no Jonathan Stewart anymore for Carolina. McCaffrey is now number 1. Anderson will be getting a lot of reps as well. Gilbert, good pass. Grabbed by DJ Moore, the first rounder from there. Went across midfield, and it sticks smooth for the Panthers.
And that was a nice high velocity throw.
21-yard pickup.
Yeah, Gilbert standing tall in the pocket. Not much of a pass rush there.
Tanner Vallejo, the man from Boise State, a 6th-round pick last year. Now, so he's running the defense, that middle linebacker spot. Played 15 games last year, did not record a tackle. First down, shotgun is Gilbert. Puts it into Anderson. Anderson! Another first down. Take him down with it after 33.
Gilbert did a nice job. He knew he had a matchup he wanted. Anderson out of the backfield. And they caught him in a blitz right here. But watch as Anderson can come out. He's going to get matched up man-on-man with Ramon Humber. And as that happens, Gilbert sees it immediately and finds his guy with a matchup. You get a guy in space like that where you can go 2 ways, inside or outside, or go past him vertically. That's a almost impossible matchup if the blitz doesn't get home.
There's a pickup of 20 and they're going to the air again. Under pressure as Gilbert throws this one away.
That's a good coverage on the top side. He only had 3 guys in the route. And earlier in the game, the Panthers were having 4 and maybe 5 guys into the pattern. That time, you only had 3 options. They kept in max protection, and the Bills eventually got home with Ramon Humber coming through the middle.
Bills D, the team this year.
There's no question about it. I don't think there's any question about it. Their pass rush is going to be upgraded from a year ago. Their run stuffing has been upgraded from a year ago. Their front 7 has been refurbished and bolstered.
Strong pickup on 2nd down by Anderson. And asked Coach McDermott yesterday, where are you better? And he said, I hope our roster is better from top to bottom. And that roster includes all the guys behind the scenes as well. Second year, he said, I love the line. I think it's a little bit faster right now, a little bit clearer after getting that first year as a head coach out of the way.
And he also said something, too, I thought was very telling. He goes, I'm going to be better. Because everybody that was here a year ago that is still here is going to be better than they were a year ago. And we're going to be a more talented roster. And he says, I'm going to be better. And that's telling from a guy who's a leadership role is unquestioned.
Carolina,
Touchdown!
what a beautiful pass and grab from Moss Frazier.
And that was a fantastic throw by Gilbert. Right over the top, right in the corner. Could not put it in a better spot. And Frazier pulls it in. Not bad coverage either.
Carter Johnson was there.
Terry Johnson, the rookie out of Weber State's a 4th-round draft pick this year. And just a great throw.
Graham Gano, former Seminole, on for the extra point. Three-point game. Carolina, for the first time tonight, converts on 3rd down, and they convert it into 7 points. Frazier, the Memphis man, pulls it in. Mills still up, though, by 3. Shot that one, Buffalo.com today. 6-play, 69-yard drive, 2 minutes in, 53 seconds. Gilbert to Frazier, 26-yard strike. Bringing the Panthers within 3. Michael Smurfy back to return this kick. We're going to send this one out of the end zone. Bills upgrading some off-the-field facilities. More on that, here's that.
Thanks, Rob. The AdPro Training Center, the sports training center, which is right across the parking lot from New Era Field, is about to undergo a significant expansion. Terry and Kim Pagula have committed $18 million to add 25,000 square feet of space, improving strength and conditioning, sports science, and the sports medicine departments. The main part of this project is to improve the weight room. But the aim of this is to provide player care on a case-by-case basis, and boy, does it look gorgeous. Guys?
Steve, how significant is that upgrade?
it's really significant. I mean, it keeps up with the rest of the NFL, and it
Allen taken down. Trying to hand that one off to Ford.
Yeah, the new field house is going to be 25,000 square feet of, they call it player care. It's also a training facility. And they're starting to treat these players like pretty valuable commodities. So they're starting to put in facilities so they can hire staff that takes care of them on and off the field and tries to get them their best. And it's going to be pretty impressive. And I think when free agents and football players come in here and they look at the facility they have here in Buffalo, it's going to make a difference for guys who find out what kind of culture Sean McDermott is putting in here and also the facilities they have to work with.
Well, it's 2nd and 16. It's a 12-yard pickup for Keith Ford. Ford, the undrafted player out of Texas A&M, started his career at the University of Oklahoma, had a team-high 11 touchdowns last year, 112 carries, 493 yards for Ford, and he's one of those guys that Coach McDermott told us yesterday, I've got my eye on him tonight.
Very much so. He said there's going to be like a third safety on the depth chart for Carolina. He's going to pay a price when Ford comes. He's a very physical runner.
3rd and 4, Allen completes. Touchdown. Grabbed by Clay. Galen Clay, the Utah product, has 2 career NFL return touchdowns. It's a reception here.
Josh Allen stepping up great. Accurate, quick, hard throw right at the sticks.
The poise didn't seem to be rattled by the rush around. Give to Ford, goes left, cuts it in, taken out at 39.
And Ford, one of those guys who, a big physical running back, made a nice cut there.
The 1st and 10 technology tonight, presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Ford's a little bit of an upright runner.
Runs a little high. About 219 pounds. You kind of got to want it to go in there and hit it. I don't want it.
Allen takes a hit after delivers it, connects it. Boom.
One of the things that's really said about Josh Allen is he doesn't have much touch on the pass. He put some touch on that. Now, it wasn't that accurate. It was behind it. But you can tell he altered his delivery because he got hit in the mouth just as he let it go. Watch as he spins out and takes the shot right to the middle of the chest.
That's sternum territory.
I kind of felt that one a little bit.
Let go of the play. Pick up a 23.
But he got rid of that ball, stood in there, and that's what you've got to do.
Want to see that from your first liner. Take an NFL hit. Wisely hands it off on the next play. Ford. Little spin. Again, no Shady tonight. Limited Chris Ivory. A lot of Murphy.
No Kyle Williams tonight.
That.
And now Ford. Corey Coleman suited up but not participating tonight. A lot of guys, that are kind of watching tonight's festivities in his first preseason game. Marcus Murphy, it would be the usual suspects aside from some of those guys. Trent Murphy sitting down tonight with a little injury.
Marcus Murphy remains in at tailback 12. Slant play. Play met at 30. There's the flag.
That's exactly kind of expected to have expected it. It wasn't. What they're trying to clean up about this helmet rule is the second guy in. As you saw at the end of that play, Jermaine Carter Jr. came in and tried to clean up on Kalen Clay, and that's the kind of hit that the league would like to go away. He came in, it's kind of a free shot. Kalen Clay's in the grasp, he's under control, he's going to go down, and it's something we've seen throughout the history. The second or third guy in comes in and really tries to make the guy remember the hit. And that's the kind of extra hit that they're trying to alleviate. Watch as Clay's going to catch this. Here he's down, he's tackled, he's going to go down, and bam, there's the hit. Carter comes in and hits that last hit. And that right there is
clear he's going down.
An easy penalty, and I think it's the right call. I think they got this
Two
one
fouls
exactly
in the
right.
play. Illegal formation, offense. By rule, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, defense, with an illegal hit, initiating contact with the helmet against the opponent. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down. Penalties on number 56, defense.
And this lowering the head, initiating contact with any part of an opponent, making contact on an opponent, and that means with your head. And it's all, to make the game safer. And that last hit, I think it was the perfect, I gotta say it, and everybody's been kind of complaining about that was exactly the right call. In that situation, it's at the right time, it's the right type of hit that they're trying to get out of the game.
Allen, a side on his sleeve. Murphy to the 18.
That was a pretty good delivery by Josh Allen. He did kind of slide. You called it. He kind of had to alter his delivery, and he had to do that because he didn't think he'd get over the top. The Carolina defense played that pretty well. They smelled a rat. As soon as they started to rush the passer, nobody was blocking any of them. They started to hit the brakes and look around, and they sniffed that play out extremely well.
Give the Ford. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Well, this was a little bit of a missed opportunity here. I don't think that was blocked well up front. Ford came out, was looking for the hole to be a little bit outside, and that back up inside, I think, by design, and they just missed it, and there was no room up in there. I think that was well defended and poorly blocked.
3rd and 8. A red zone opportunity for the Rook. Allen doesn't like it. Flags are up.
And that's a false start.
False start. Offense number 35. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down. Listen to the help Keith Ford.
Yeah, that's what you're going to remember. That goes into the pile of his evaluation, but that's not the deciding factor. Yeah, it's a mistake, and he's probably really bumming about it. He's going to bum out about that. He's thinking about it tonight when he's in bed. That's just one play out of many. He's going to get a chance to prove himself.
It's 3rd and 13. Let's get to about the 8. Right at that. Reception by Ford. So, you go for it here, Coach?
Fans on it because I don't have any skin in this game, and now he's going to let him go for it.
Houskins a field goal kicker.
Right. You're exactly right.
Let's figure out our quarterback. Let's figure out our tailbacks.
They send in a fullback. They send in a tight end. They take out a wide receiver and a tight end. So they get a personnel package in with one less little guy out there and one more big guy.
So 4th and 3.
And now there's a little confusion trying to communicate. They have 7 seconds, 5 seconds on the play clock. They've got to hurry.
Allen steps right up on the center. They get right timeout. We'll take a break with them. Allen on this drive, a perfect 3 for 3 for 39 yards. Buffalo trying to add to their lead. Big 4th down play next.
Sean McDermott had to burn a timeout on the second Bills offensive possession of the second half here. He ran down himself about 20 yards to eyeball exactly how close the Bills were to a first down. Then it looked like he decided to go for it. About 23 seconds left on the play clock. Would have been fine if the play went in clean. It did not. There was miscommunication. They needed a timeout. Guys, back up to you.
Now better to sort that out in the preseason than the regular season. So again, 4th and 3 from the 11.
And if you do go for it on 4th down in a game, it's perfectly acceptable to take a timeout to make sure you get the play right.
Allen, play action, under pressure immediately. Tries to shake his man. He's in big trouble. Throws it away, and is lucky that wasn't picked. Real lucky. Jermaine Carter there putting the pressure on him.
Carter smelled that out and snapped it off at the point of attack. And Josh Allen had no chance. It was a great job by the Carolina defense. You got to tip your hat to them. You may not have to like it, but you got to know you're playing in the NFL. They're going to get a play on you.
Josh Allen, he got scared. He got took about 30 yards on that play. That was freaking hilarious as hell.
Rob Stone, Steve Tasker, Thad Brown back here with you in Buffalo. Coach McDermott nursing a 3-point lead. And a new quarterback for Carolina, the third stringer. Taylor Heineke, the Old Dominion product, is in. Heineke to go to the air. Too tall, almost picked up. Intended for C.J. Anderson. Well, both these programs tonight, Steve, not afraid to throw it.
No, they are selecting plays that give them a chance to be successful in there. You've seen some preseason, some play callers in the preseason. Some teams have a philosophy that they run so much vanilla stuff that it's almost laughable. But tonight, I think both offensive coordinators, North Turner and Brian Daigle, have given their teams plays that would allow them to win if they can execute them.
Carolina 192 yards of offense coming into this play, not going to add to it. And that Buffalo D smothers them. The Buffalo D considered the strength of this team. One of the reasons the vet up front, Kyle Williams, was standing by with that.
Thank you very much, Rob. Kyle, you got a big arm rookie quarterback, Josh Allen. He comes on the field, throws it deep, first play. How much does that fire up you guys on the sideline?
I think it fired everybody up here. I mean, shocker that that's what that will do first play, right? You know, It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see a lot of the young guys get to play, have an opportunity to experience the stadium, and kind of get their feet wet in their NFL careers.
For you, the first time you come back to a season without a playoff drought to worry about, how much better, how much nicer, how much more enjoyable is it organization-wise to attack a season that way?
I don't think that's even in our thought process. You know, we're worried about this year. You know, last year was a great year. We had a lot of fun, but there's a whole lot of worry and work involved in an upcoming season and a whole new year. So we're really focused on being the best team we can this year and really all steam ahead on 2018.
You've been free to joke with Harrison this year a little bit, kind of like a kid brother. You've got a guy next to you in Star that you really respect. Like we talked about, the playoff drought is gone altogether. Are you enjoying being a Buffalo Bill even more so than you have in your career?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've always had. I consider this to be, really be a blessing, an opportunity to play this game that I love so much. And really, the laying out or the extra is the relationship and the guys and the things you get to build there. So, I've always enjoyed it. I always enjoyed being around good players, but more than that, good men.
I know you want to turn the page on last season, but the one thing we don't ask you about, you are now a guy who scored an NFL touchdown.
Sure.
How much have you been reveling in that video a little bit?
Well, now I will bring that up every now and then, but it was a lot of fun. It just, kind of the whole scenario, the whole playoff picture, the way everything kind of unfolded. Just really a sweet moment and a good time. You obviously got to enjoy that moment with my boys, but my boys are on to this year. They're here at the game tonight. They're like, hey, who are you facing tonight? The Panthers, they beat you last year. So it's a new year, and we're excited about it. A whole lot of work, but we're going to get ready to go.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. Good luck this season. Rob, back up to you.
All right, yeah, thank you. And the Buffalo defense continuing to get things going there, sneaking that one out on 2nd and 3. A really interesting quote yesterday from Coach McDermott talking about Harrison Phillips. And Coach McDermott said, drain Kyle Williams of everything he knows before he walks away. There is so much respect for Williams across the board on this team.
Absolutely, and Kyle Williams is ready to do it. He was talking to Harrison Phillips, and just something that somebody told him as a young coach to drain the old coaches of all their knowledge before they leave the staff. And he told Harrison Phillips the same thing: drain Kyle Williams of all he can teach you before he's not here anymore. And it's great advice for a young player.
3rd and 8, the sticks remove the completion of Samuel. Whose tank did you try to drain when you were younger?
There was a lot of guys. I played with a handful of Hall of Famers. I tried to drain the knowledge of my coaches. My head coach, Mark Levy, was an incredible resource, not just for football matters, but mindsets for life. He went to the Hall of Fame as a head coach. I told people, and I really believe he should have gone to the Hall of Fame for the human race. That's how quality of a human being he was. And guys like that, when you can put enough of those guys in your building, good things happen.
First and 10, hit as he throws that one and complete at the 40-yard line. Heineke stands in, gets drilled, and makes the big play.
And this throw, it was a little bit of a prayer. Heineke does not. He's right in the face and gets hit hard. And this ball flutters, and the defensive backs just don't close on it. He caught the safety, McCray, just kind of flat-footed, and McCray couldn't break all the way across. The ball's in the air long enough. There should have been a play made on that. The secondary got caught off guard.
Heineke has driven him to the 39 right now. Carolina tries to take their first lead of the night. Artis Payne. Artis Payne is one of those guys I figured would make a bigger splash in the NFL. A 5th-round pick back in 2015 with 18 carries last year for 95 yards and 1 score for the Panthers. Again, for so long they've been relying on Jonathan Stewart, and now it's Christian McCaffrey's.
It's hard to, sometimes you get on a team that's winning double-digit games every year. It's hard to crack that lineup. It's actually hard to even get on the roster. Artis Payne still trying to learn.
Trying to keep behind his intended target of Frazier. Frazier had that touchdown pass on the last drive, loaded in from 26 yards out to make it a 3-point game.
Lafayette hits some coverage out at the left quarterback spot for the Buffalo Bills. That's the spot usually manned by Tre'Davious White. you want to talk about somebody who can drain the knowledge from it. Tre'Davious White in a hurry proved he's got something between his ears. He knows how to play quarterback in the NFL at a very young age.
And all rookie last year, led all rookies in passes defense as well. Heineke, watch out. He's got a first down, slides around the 25. So again, the slide, has been slightly updated as well. They've made it clear, a point of emphasis this year, that first body part to hit the turf, that's where you're getting yards. You don't get credit for the slide.
Yeah, and you've got that forces the quarterbacks to know what they're doing. And if they're going to try and protect themselves, that's fine, but they're not going to get extra help in yardage. They've got to be past the first down marker in order to slide and get that first down marker.
And that'll be it for the third quarter. One more to go. Buffalo holding on to a 17-14 lead. They're up. Josh Allen trying to go deep on his first play, complete but out of bounds. He's been impressive, and we'll see more from him coming up next in the fourth quarter. Welcome back. Rob Stone, Steve Casper, Thad Brown. Bills holding on to a 3-point lead as we start the fourth quarter. Big quarterback battle brewing here in Buffalo. We're going to hear from Nathan Peterman in a few moments, who was awfully impressive in getting the start today. But it's Carolina right now, 1st and 10 from the 25. Heineke, the handoff to Elijah Hood. Actually, C.J. Anderson. Well, I've seen a lot of late time here in the first preseason game.
Yeah, you've got John Hughes in at a defensive tackle spot. You've got, it looks like, Yarbrough, or perhaps Mike Love, down inside.
Yeah, Yarbrough was a big story last preseason. Heineke, another completion. Thomas, the tight end, inside the 10. Flag, though. The holder, a big hit, looks like it's going to be on Carolina. Holding. Offense. For 76. 10-yard penalty. Still second down. That'll nullify that reception. I think Coach McDermott's thoughts are right here in the fourth quarter.
I think right now he knows he's got some guys out there who have no experience playing in the NFL, or at least limited experience. It's the bottom half of the defensive line that's out there. It's the backup linebackers that are out there. He wants to see him compete. He wants to see somebody play better than the players around him. He wants to see somebody help other guys get better. He wants to see guys execute their assignments and physically beat the man on his offensive line. That's, I think, what he's looking at right this minute, late in the fourth quarter, or he started the fourth.
Heineke avoiding the pressure. He's going to have to run this one out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it out at the 24. They'll bring up 3rd and long.
And Marcavius Lewis ends up chasing Heineke around the left end. You see there's Stanford looking for some help. Ricky Hadley down inside as well.
Stanford 16 games for the Jets last year.
I remember these moments in preseason games, because once in a while I had to play late in preseason games, and you get so gassed because you're playing special teams, you're playing defense, you're playing every single snap of the game. Feels like you've never run a step and you're so out of shape, and yet it's really not the case.
3rd and 9, tackle avoided. 1st down and a little bit more. Late flag comes on Moore. Well, he's an impressive rookie. Makes a lot out of not much on that little pass from Heineke.
This might be a face mask against the Buffalo Bills on that attempted tackle. We said it earlier, missed tackles are crushers for a defense.
Personal foul, wearing the face mask. Defense plays half the distance to the goal line if we have a run. 1st down, Carolina.
This is going to be on Taron Johnson, I believe. It's going to end up right here, the end of this play.
Number 37, defensive player of the foul. 37.
Kelsey
McCray, an Arkansas State product.
There it is right there. That's the call right there as McCray gets his hand up on the face mask of Moore.
Fullback ahead of C.J. Anderson. 1st and goal. Anderson can run it in.
Touchdown.
Carolina with their first lead of the night.
And that was a well-executed drive by Carolina. Mixed in the run and the pass. Heineke threw the football extremely well. Found his receivers, and then they finished off with the run. Can't point to some missed tackles by the Buffalo Bills and the fact that all of a sudden Heineke didn't have anybody chasing him unless he was on a bootleg. He had plenty of time to scan the football field. And that offensive line of the Panthers in this drive was the difference.
They called a 4-yard touchdown run. Nice 13-play drive for the Panthers. Look at the time here. They're
going to try and confirm.
Double checking he was in and he wasn't down.
He was down, but I believe the ball was over the line and his knee was apparently down.
Going to go on for the extra point. And it is good. 21-17 Carolina. So for the first time tonight, the Bills are going to have to play come from behind football. Here comes the rookie, Josh Allen. There are now more ways than ever to connect with the Bills. You can follow the Buffalo Bills on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Join the conversation and be heard. H-E-R-D. Let's see what you did there. You like that? Ready to go? Set to kick this one off. Marcus Murphy will he get a chance to return this one after that 13-play, 89-yard drive over 7 minutes. And from the 4-yard line, Carolina down by 21-17. There will be no return. All right, final results of the fan poll are in. I know you love a good poll, Steve, so Fab's going to give us the results. What do you got, Fab?
Rob, first up, we asked the fans. They thought that the 2018. The winner? Well, it was the rookie linebacker Tremaine Edmonds by a mile. 70% of the vote went his way, followed by rookie quarterback Josh Allen, 19%. Guys, I'll tell you, to be honest, I'm a little surprised the two veterans got so little votes. Starla Tule and Vontae Davis. Back up to you.
Yes,
Coach love the looks.
everybody always likes the new toys.
Yeah. Keep Ford in at tailback, the new toy, Josh Allen under center. Intended for Robert Foster, and you're with a near in.
And that was a miscommunication. Robert Foster ran a 10-yard hitch, and Josh Allen tapping his chest saying, hey, that was my bad, threw a 5-yard hitch.
Well, that's why.
See, like, Josh Allen knew that threw that out there, and it was just a little too quick.
That's why he's third on the depth chart right now. Coaching staff has made it clear they have a plan for him. It is a methodical plan, and it's not one that's going to be rushed. If there's passes like that make you want to accelerate things as he hooks up with Ray in the crowd, little rookie from Clemson.
Yeah, that throw like that makes up for a bad hitch. He steps up in some traffic, and wow, that's a big throw.
Anybody he reminds you of early on?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. You see, every quarterback is different, but a guy when you stand next to him, he's big like Ben Roethlisberger. He's got a big arm like Roethlisberger. He's an athlete.
Hip to right. Everybody's got speed. He's a dangerous return man as well. It's a pretty good pickup on first down.
Yeah, it's a good question about who Josh Allen reminds me of. He's certainly got a strong arm like Jim Kelly or Ben Roethlisberger or somebody like that. His delivery reminds me more of a guy like a Favre kind of guy where he can swing it, throws it hard, and turns his shoulders hard when he throws it. He's a little more, got a better delivery, more orthodox delivery than Favre did, but yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of guys in there in that mix.
Howard steps up from the pressure. He's going to run this one in. The flag comes down. This is Cartman coming back as he goes for the first down.
Yeah, it's going to come down. But that's also, you know what, though, Cleve Wakeman makes this call.
Number 75. 10-yard penalty. We play second half.
A play like that, you think, okay, it's not going to count. But the evaluation process goes on. Josh Allen did a really nice job breaking out a contain, throwing a move on a DB, and he'll get a plus on that play, even though it's going to come back for a 15-yard. Really, there's a lot of guys that are going to get a probably pretty good grade on a play like that, and yet it was an unsuccessful play with a penalty. But Josh Allen did a nice job of that, breaking contain and getting the first down. 7th Bills penalty. I don't know. I think this might go on Buffalo. It's going to be the rate. Yeah.
7 confirmed Buffalo penalties.
Offense number 35.
Let's make it.
Second half.
So 8 penalties now for 49 yards.
Listen, yeah. That's his second. Can't do that.
So now 2nd and 17 from the 43.
This is a tough spot for Josh Allen to see. You just want to get half of it right here. Yeah, try to fit it in. That's a tight window. I know, deep out trying to get Robert Foster. And that's a hard throw. He definitely make the throw earlier. Certainly he had enough velocity on it, but even with a big arm, you got to throw it on time, and that was a little late.
So 3rd and 17 now. Offense has struggled a little bit here in the second half. The penalties headed up.
Connor McDermott, right tackle.
Left it, 68. 5-yard penalty. So 3rd down.
Second-year man from UCLA.
Yeah, and this is where it's turned sloppy.
So 3rd and 22. And they're going big time. Out through his receiver, Foster.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you might say that's the overthrown. Foster did a nice job getting open, but he did the wrong thing. He looked at this ball for about 25 yards when it's coming to him. When Josh Allen throws that, Foster has to catch it, track it, and then turn his head towards the end zone and get his head down and run. You can't run looking back over the top of your shoulders backwards. You got to run and go get it and then catch it late. Look back, grab it. Foster can't run looking backwards. You've got to run forward and then catch the ball late.
Up there by Cody Carter, he's on now. The return from Carter gets it to the 25. 57-yard punt, 21-yard return for Buffalo offense. Crossing over on the sideline, but it's the Bills D that comes out with 10:33 to go. Panthers up on the Bills, 21-17. Carolina back on offense. C.J. Anderson with the only points in this fourth quarter as the defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, looks on for Buffalo. Taylor Heineke remains on the field for Carolina, their third quarterback. Warner will get to the late handoff, and he's met into that field. Lost in a couple. They might have lost 5 yards on this one.
Mike Love getting through.
Mike Brooks had a couple plays tonight.
He has made a couple of plays, and it's one of the things that you and I and some fans get caught up in. He might have 5 plays like that where he makes a tackle for a loss, but he also might have 5 plays where he's in the wrong spot, doing the wrong thing, and it all goes in to the evaluation.
Free agent pickup. 5.5 sacks last year for the University of South Florida. Big pickup, the big hit. And the backfield, the completion, and then Ron Neal, the rookie from Jacksonville State. 5th round pickup. Only the 13th player drafted from Jacksonville State.
And this is a perfect hit for these days in the NFL. Watch how he turns, gets him with his shoulder, doesn't go high to the head of the tight end, gets him to the ground very quickly. That's textbook in the National Football League in 2018. That's something that's new and different.
Jason Vander on the man with the reception. Another reception is for Jamal Jones, a man from Montana. The old Dominion to Montana connection. How many times have we said that in the NFL?
Too many.
No.
Working outside against Levi Wallace.
Lovely enough for a first down. Fullback Arma gets it. And West towards the 5. Now some more whistles. It's a Bill down on the field. At 91, John Hughes, the man from Cincy.
John Hughes was signed just a few weeks ago. It looks like a lower body injury.
He'll work his way off the field and take a quick break. Carolina up 5-4. Sign up for your independent health game changer from your everyday to your unexpected. That's the registered treatment. The treatment of Harrison. First game that you be here. Sack on 3rd and 6 and 9-yard loss, and that started a nice little run for the Buffalo Bills as they got the ball back after this punt and proceeded to go bang, bang, bang right down the football field, go up to a double-digit lead in this game, and it started with that pass rush from Harrison Phillips. Set up a nice little chain of events for the Buffalo Bills in the first half. Carter, not much room for him to dance. Pick up a 2 perhaps. Second and long now.
And in these games, we've been talking about these offensive coordinators, North Turner and Brian Dable. You get in this, and this is where it starts to kind of pull the sails in. Some of these coaches, you think, all right, now I'm just going to get these guys some simple plays so they can compete hard. These are the guys at the bottom of the roster that don't have NFL experience, don't have a year in this offense, don't have a year in this defense, that are just trying to hang in there. They give them simple plays, simple things to do so that they can play hard and compete and continue to evaluate them.
The first half was the half portion of the game. The second half has clearly been the run.
It's like the good inside dive portion of the game.
And nothing excites you more than a good inside dive.
Yeah.
What I'm reading.
Yeah, this is
You and Murph on the radio tour are going to be talking about the inside dive.
we're not going to be talking about the second half.
What are you going to be talking about tomorrow? What is Buffalo going to be talking about first?
That throw Josh Allen, a couple of throws Josh Allen has made are going to grab a lot of people's attention, and I think he validated what people expected of him. They wanted a guy who was physically different, and the throws he's made with that arm strength and he's displayed tonight shows that he's exactly what they drafted.
3rd and 3, Heineke complete. Complete the tackle, they do. A flag thrown in late though.
Now this might be a second guy in as well. This might be a helmet rule call as well.
We in Stanford around the action. The man from Wagner. And Xavier Woodson-Luster.
Personal foul, going ahead, initiating contact against an opponent. Defense number 51. It's a 15-yard penalty for the previous spot.
That's a big one. That will go against Stanford. Let's see it.
It's just the second guy in right here. Oh,
Yep.
wow, yeah, you know what? He didn't have his head down.
No, his face
He's kind of ran right into it. And I don't know that that's exactly right.
that's face down.
He lowered his helmet. Well, I think you got to say, you know what? You got to call that
Head to head, right?
No question about it. It's head to head, and his helmet was leading his body.
1st and 10. We're here from Nate Peterman in just a second. Great pickup. Peterman got the start. Awfully impressive. Here he is live with that.
Thank you, Rob. Nate. 9 of 10, your first game tonight. Touchdown driver off the bat, over 100 yards throwing. How good do you feel about how you played tonight?
Feel good, but at the same time, there's a lot of things I could have done better. So, it's a good start, I thought, but could have ended better. And then just a lot of good things for the first game, but also just to continue making steps.
You got this quarterback competition going on. You and AJ have been splitting first team reps mostly through camp. How important is it for you to have good preseason games?
Extremely important. Live action where you can get hit, and really driving the ball. I mean, we have a few drive-in periods in practice, but you really can't get that game feel. So I think it's important, in the preseason just to get out there, execute, try to lead the team down the score.
Nate, you've become synonymous with that 5-interception game, but here in Buffalo, I think sensing some of the fans rallying around you maybe for that reason. Are you feeling that as well?
I've kind of moved on from all that. I know it happened and things I learned a lot from it, but at the same time, it's a brand new season, and I do love our fans here. They've been so supportive to me. I love playing in front of them here at home. It's awesome, so it's good to get out here again tonight and have fun.
You're not the coordinator, still don't know who the quarterback is. At the end of the day, though, what do you think this offense may be? What do you want this offense to be able to hang its hat on?
I think just obviously as a team, we want to be tough and physical. No matter what scheme we run, we want to be tough and be able to, establish line of scrimmage and then go execute. So, whichever way that comes, creativity or, just them knowing exactly what play we're going to run and running right at them and executing, driving the ball down, and ultimately just scoring.
Nate Peterman, excellent game 1 of the preseason tonight. Rob, back up to you.
Yeah, Pat, thank you very much. Not a whole lot of clarity in the quarterback situation. Clarity on the scoreboard right now is Elijah Hood pulled that one in from 21 yards out. From Heineke, Carolina extends their lead now, largest lead of the evening is 28-17, 11-point game. Heineke to Hood. Panthers up 11. 28-17, Carolina on top, 5:05 left, and Josh Allen getting set to take the field again. Another kickoff coming up here. The second half kickoff. And Carolina has outscored the Bills 21-0 here in the second half. Another long drive. This one from 75 yards away, 9 plays, 5:28. Elijah Hood from Heineke.
And this drive, if you're Josh Allen, certainly they're talking to him about some specific looks and stuff the defense is giving him. But for this, I think the key here for the Bills in these drives is this one's going to go out of the end zone as well. I think the key is be better on first and second down so you don't end up in the 3rd and 15 and stop taking penalties.
Buffalo Bills Embedded, presented by Pepsi, is going to provide viewers that inside look at team practices, meetings, coach conversations, and the player interactions. Each episode is going to be posted to Facebook Watch on Wednesdays at 8 Eastern, and then it's going to be available on BuffaloBills.com, Buffalo Bills app, and Buffalo Bills YouTube channel beginning each Thursday at 8 p.m. Keith Ford remains in at tailback. Allen, quick start. He gets there so fast, doesn't it? So effortless. Foster with the grab.
And dropped it.
Well, it did drop it.
Could not pull it in.
Foster, the rookie, undrafted rookie from Alabama. 29 receptions, 345 yards, 3 touchdowns in his career there. Did win 2 national titles, oh, by the way, one of them with his current offensive coordinator, Brian Dable, last season. 2nd and 10 at the 5-minute mark. Short little dump off the Ford.
And a loose, not fooling anybody up front for Carolina or the offensive line of the Bills. There's some subtleties going on up front that this young offensive line just doesn't get the hang of. And the Carolina Panthers, even though this is their 3rd string as well on defense, they've got some good discipline up front about not chasing things out of the way, and putting themselves out of position.
Your 1st and 10 technology presented by Toyota. Let's go places. 3rd and 11 it shows right now. Spins away from danger to Allen. He's going to run it kind of lazy. I did across the 35. First down, Buffalo.
Well, the Panthers come with a blitz off of Allen's left side. You'll watch coming right up your screen. They get 2 guys on the outside. Josh sees it, spins out of it, and then this is a play where he's just got to make it. And you can see they're being chased down by the Carolina Panther. Aside Mabry, who has a defensive tackle that dropped out into pass coverage on that blitz pickup, and that's why Josh Allen got confused.
Pick up a 13, first down. Allen is going to run it again across the 40. He dives forward. I don't know if he was tripped up or that was a planned dive.
When he touches the ground in the dive, that's it. It's over. And he got a little airborne on him, but no, I don't think he was tripped. I think he just tried to dive head first. Get what he could get.
2nd and 5 from the 42. He's not going to avoid the rush this time. I take that back. But underthrows his man.
Yeah, and this is, look at the you're right. It looked like they had him when he stepped out. He's going to step up to his left, then spin out once again and just escapes. You know, it takes a long, when you're falling down, it takes a big arm to get out there. That's hard to do, and that's also when you get into trouble as a quarterback, when you try and make something out of a play that's already dead, just get that one about 6 yards out of bounds.
Trying to hook it up with Kari Lee there. So 3rd down and 5 right now from the 42. Quick give. And a quick hit, and nowhere to go with the 4th.
There's a 0 blitz coming up. All had 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. Man coverage all the way. Everybody packed at the line of scrimmage, daring him to throw it over the top. Bringing everybody right at him. Tried to hand it off and get a quick hitter. You break one tackle, you might go the distance, but the Carolina Panthers made that tackle and forced the punt.
Corey Carter on again. Punt From Texas Southern, a practice squad guy last year. Pretty good leg, folks. It's going to be caught at the 15. There will be no return, maybe a yard or two on the tops.
One of the things about these games when you get in the NFL, sometimes it's a small world. Kelly Skipper, the running back coach for the Buffalo Bills, looking across the field at the Carolina Panthers running back coach, and it's his own dad, Jim Skipper. In his 32nd year in the NFL, his dad,
That is awesome.
and Kelly in his 12th season, his second with the Buffalo Bills. These two guys both coaching the same position for different NFL teams. There's Kelly Skipper, the Buffalo Bills running back coach, who was Sean McDermott, came over with the new staff when McDermott took over. And there, his dad, Jim, 32 years in the National Football League as a coach.
New quarterback for Carolina is the rookie from Houston, Kyle Allen. Hand off to corner, the Oregon product.
The Panthers didn't get the memo about airing it out in the second half. I think they did get the memo about keeping the plays simple, giving you guys a chance to compete.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a look at what's still to come here in the preseason. Next Friday, Bills on the road, taking on Cleveland. My employer has the Cincinnati game Sunday the 26th, 4 Eastern on Fox, and then they close things out at the Bears on the 30th. Regular season-wise, tough start. 5 of the first 7 on the road.
And play the Packers, the Vikings, and the Chargers 3 of the first 4 games. Chargers the only home game of the first month of the season.
Another carry here by Greg Sponson, the Louisville rookie, free agent. Another timeout. I like this. Let's stop the clock. Excuse me, plays in as possible.
Give us a chance to show you the first half of the Buffalo Bills season.
There you go.
There it is, at Baltimore, at Minnesota, at Green Bay, and then the Chargers come to New Era Field in week 2.
You guys had a good conversation on the radio today. People talking about it. It's a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule. You got angry because you don't know how tough it is until things get going.
It's not, because it might be when it's all over, and certainly those 4 teams going on the road, you always want to play at home, but certainly those teams have a reputation for playing well. But
I think it's tough when you say 3 of the first 4 on the road. That makes it tough for you.
Yeah, that is tougher than playing them at home, no question.
In and out of hands. So, Buffalo offense will get another chance to take the field. And there's a lot of evaluating needed for this Buffalo roster. I don't say that in a negative way. There's just a lot of open positions, a lot of battles out there. Coaching staff says, I need to see as many snaps as possible. That's why he's been calling these timeouts.
There's a lot of changeover on this roster, a lot of things they need to find out, and the more reps they get, the more they find out. They've got some decisions to make, no question, but they've also got some guys that they want to see more because they show great promise. And that's as exciting for this coaching staff as just getting more plays in.
Ray McLeod back to take this punt. It's a dangerous punt returner. Second-team All-American at that position. Last year, the field was up to 24. A couple shakes, a couple fakes. Gets his way through that tackle and dives to the 31. Third-generation Ray.
That's right. Ray McLeod, the third. I think that's one of the things that you like to see when, I'll tell you, and I've done it. Job 1 is catching the football. Job 2 is running with the football. And job 3 is making sure that you don't do job 2 before you do job 1. You got to end every special teams play with the football if that's the way it's supposed to end. You cannot turn it over.
Allen sends that one to Ray. First down, Buffalo. 2:18 to go.
And that is, and Josh Allen, you just throw that simple out pattern, it's a fastball. I've seen some plays in training camp that they were incomplete just because of the strength of his arm. And he's taken some criticism for it in the media because you feel like with a little touch on it, they would have caught it. But listen, if he gets it out there and it's in the right spot, I don't care if it's 100 miles an hour, you've got to catch it as an NFL wide receiver.
Looking for a flag is the rookie. That one intended for another rookie, Austin Cole. And yes, that last name should ring a bell. Dad, Ricky, spent 17 years in the NFL. Also a 7th round draft pick out of the University of North Carolina. Coach McDermott was hoping for a flag there.
It looked like the offhand the guy got turned upside down, and I thought that was going to be for sure a call, passing interference call, but the official didn't see it that way. Free play here for the offense. Allen can keep his feet. And he does.
Looking for an opportunity. He's going to heave it up for Foster.
That wasn't a bad play. It was an incomplete pass, but they had a free play because of the offside, the encroachment of the defense. And Allen gave it a chance.
Offside. Defense, number 94. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
That's a good play by Josh Allen. It doesn't matter if they threw it up for grabs. It was the only option he had. Take a chance, roll the dice, even if they, in this case, of course, you don't know it for sure when he lets it go. But if he throws it up, even if they intercept and run it back for a touchdown, it's still coming back for a 5-yard penalty. You see Foster, that's a lesson to be learned. You got to keep running, man. You got to keep running. If you got a quarterback with an arm like Allen, you've got to give him a chance all over the football field.
He's going to wait for another first down, a little bit more, and dances out.
That's a poised run. That is a very poised run. Now, they got to slot it back into 41, but it looked like he got all the way down to 36.
One more look at the run that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Allen and Buffalo with the
Beats Gatorade.
Well, so Steve Tasker, Thad Brown, welcoming you back to Buffalo. Under 2 minutes to go. First round pick, Josh Allen, the future face of this franchise. The 3rd string QB right now, and it's a Buffalo offense lights out in the first half. Really struggled in the second half, but starting to put together a nice drive here to close things out. Allen sings one in and So miscommunication there with Ray. That one was almost fixed.
You got to wonder, it's not even clear if he was throwing it to Kroll or McLeod. They're both looking around, and Josh Allen, I think he expected him to be in a different spot. I really do.
Second and 10. Carolina has outscored the Bills 21-0 here in the second half. Allen from the gun. Lost this one up. Oh, nice catch and work by the tight end. Harley fighting for a roster spot. Lost the position. Held his turf and pulled it in the line.
And that's a throw that A.J. Peter couldn't make. Josh Allen falling back. He's laying that out there. Gave his guy a chance, and that was an excellent throw. Albeit, whether it was lucky or not, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it took a strong arm, and he put it right in the right spot.
Allen.
There it is.
Touchdown! His first of his NFL career. Ray McLeod with the grab. Rookie to rookie.
Oh my God, they just scored.
They're going to go for two right here, trying to close the gap. You can see that ball got in there, and Luke didn't even have a chance to react. That ball was by him before the defensive back, Luke, could even get his head around and defend it. That ball had some velocity on it. And now the Bills will go for two, try to close it to a 3-point game.
Timeout on the field.
And this brings up, here's another look at the touchdown. Cloud going to go out, he's going to go right to the pylon, it's going to come in low. Well, there's no doubt, that's a touchdown. This will be interesting because, you know, Rob, we've talked about the kickoff rules. We're going to see the first ever onside kick with the new rules, with the spacing and everything that has to happen. If the Bills convert this 2-point conversion, it's going to be a 3-point game.
For the wideouts. And then Ford comes back in. Allen.
Hit him!
Stiff arm, hit from behind, and down.
Nobody got any separation as he stepped up. The rush finally got to him. Somebody's got to show up very quick, and he's got to pull the trigger. As he steps up, he has no place to look and no place to throw the football to.
Allen 3 of 5, 52 yards, and that touchdown on the drive. For the night, 9 of 19, 116 and a touchdown.
The interesting thing here is, I think if you're Sean McDermott, I think you still try and kick the outside kick. It's the only chance you have to win this football game with 1:10 left. If you don't get it, Carolina, no doubt, will kneel on the football. So you're probably not risking giving up any more points. And I think it'd be really interesting to see an onside kick with the new kickoff rules and kickoff alignment.
Yeah, onside kick, how many times have we seen one side absolutely loaded with players? Can't do that anymore. 14-yard strike, Allen to Ray. Here comes the onside kick. Tyler Davis will deliver.
Well, there it is. The bounce. That's a great bounce for the Panthers. And there you see it. I mean, that's the first one we'll see.
Yeah.
The first one we'll see. Now it has to go in the new rules. I think at the 15-yard retaining line instead of the 10-yard retaining line as well. So it has to go that far before you make contact. So lots of new rules.
Yeah, it really changed the face of things, doesn't it? We take a look at our Geico spotlight of the game, and so many eyes, so many talking points, focusing on Josh Allen. Your impressions of the rookie today?
Well, certainly his physical abilities were on display. He made some throws that were dynamite, but you know he tended to contain in the pocket a little too much. His offensive line certainly didn't protect him as well as the first two offensive lines protected their quarterbacks. but he made some things happen. He saw his athletic ability, turned over a couple of first downs with his legs, showed great poise with the ball in his hand, didn't turn it over, kind of put the ball in harm's way a couple of times with risky throws, but he's down big in a game late, so you're going to take a few more risks.
He's still third string quarterback?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. The two front guys, A.J. McCarron and Nate Peterman, could not have played better.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that's going to change that.
This is going to go down as a loss for Sean McDermott, but as far as the quarterback battle goes, I think it's a plus. Questions still are out there. He does not have a definitive number one, but after one game, he's got two pretty good options, I think he feels, in McCarron and Peterman.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to dig very deep to discern marked differences between those two guys. They're going to have to dig deep and come up with some reasons, perhaps other than statistics, that are going to tell them who the better guy is. I mean, you can't expect them to play this evenly throughout and this well throughout the preseason. But no doubt tonight, neither guy hurt their chances to be the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, and their offensive line that protected both of them, I think, acquitted themselves very well too. Front seven of the defense, there's still some guys that we'd like to see out there. Trent Murphy being one of them. Kyle Williams didn't play in this game. Still haven't seen the front defensive front of the Buffalo Bills at full strength, healthy and ready to go this early in the season. But when that happens, I'm sure we'll get a better look at what that defense is truly going to look like. And not that it looked bad tonight, it looked very well. You got a sack from Harrison Phillips. So a lot of pluses tonight. No question they got beat by 5 points. They had a tough third quarter where they gave up 21 points on defense when they started substituting guys out. But lots to be hopeful about if you're a Bills fan.
So many question marks across the board for this roster. And I think Buffalo folks, despite the 5-point loss, are thinking a little bit better about their future this season. But who's going to be the quarterback? There's the QB of the future, but who's the quarterback for the season? Buffalo falls 28-23. More to come after this.
simply wrap our arms around them and say that we love them, we support them, and that's really what this entire community is doing.
But I have to say goodbye to you so fast.
I need spoken, I need written, I need etched. Is the name of a hero remembered forever?
Get above personnel. Oh, man.
To see such a memorial that all of them on there will never be forgotten.
This entire area provides a place for reflection and remembrance for all.
Norman C. Lewis. End of watch 1/9/2017. Norm, we all love you. We all miss you. But you will never be forgotten.
35 family members of the fallen attended the ceremony. The Orange County Sheriff's Office said this memorial will give family members and co-workers a place to sit, reflect, and pay their respects. This man is now behind bars after a deadly shooting 1 month ago at a bar in Orange County. Detectives arrested 34-year-old Ramon Marquez late Tuesday for the shooting at Happy Place Sports Bar back on July 9th. It is the second arrest in the case. 20-year-old Edgar Rivera died near the bar. The shooting injured 4 others. Marquez is charged with second-degree murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. In Lamar County, take a look at this. An arsenal of guns, a grenade launcher, and a stash of illegal drugs all off the street. Investigators say they found all of this while serving a search warrant on a Titusville man. That man shown here, 32-year-old Jeremy Lee Salver. Police said they found 8 pounds of marijuana, over 30 guns, that grenade launcher attachment, and thousands of dollars in cash at a residence on Farrell Terrace. Salver is in the Lamar County Jail.
Central Florida heading back to school very soon. We'll take a look at that first day forecast, all coming up on your Weather on the One.
Marine Forecast is brought to you by the Personal Injury and Accident Division of Lee Chain Law. We make less, so you keep more.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Oh, excuse me. I thought we were putting them in the back.
No. Won't work up there. These walk-ins, it only works right here.
Well, it's pretty ugly there.
It's pretty ugly. It's not ugly.
Pretty ugly.
You still hear pretty.
No, I'm saying it's super ugly.
Super too? Yeah.
Did you go online and put that in review for me?
Yeah, I'm going online right now.
Yeah? But those words, right?
Super pretty.
I got words.
Satellite TV is so good.
Just do.
Don't buy it. For no only dish, choose Spectrum.
Remember when you weren't supposed to sit too close to the screen? And video games were anti-social? The TV was in the den? And loud music was for the basement? The future is fun, like crazy fun. And Spectrum's fiber-powered network is ready for it. No matter what VR, 8K, 3D entertainment the world comes up with. Are you ready for what's next? Spectrum. Think forward.
Tens of thousands of people are seriously injured by defective products every year, but only a few recover the full amount they deserve. Some firms don't see all the possible ways to recover, and others don't want to take on the biggest companies. Not us. At Morgan & Morgan, our dedicated product liability team was built for those fights, and we won't leave any stone unturned. If you are seriously injured, call us at pound Morgan's cell phone. That's pound 529. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Faster warnings, accurate forecasts. Storm Tracker 13, part of the largest doctor radar network in the Southeast, only on Spectrum News 13, exclusively on Spectrum.
Welcome back to your Weather on the One, now at 21 past the hour on this Thursday evening. Strong showers and storms rolling across Central Florida throughout the afternoon. We are looking at a chance for storms again for Friday. Actually, checking out our headlines, about a 40% possibility to end our work week. We do have moisture that's going to be moving back into Central Florida that will increase rain chances even more as we head into this weekend. Temperatures staying seasonable in the mid to low 90s. And here's a look at our satellite and radar picture. We have high pressure just off to the southwest of us. That is allowing for this westerly wind to push the Gulf Coast sea breeze off to the east, reversed from how we started out the week. So now the flare-up, the collision happening over inland and east coast areas, and that may help to spark a few stronger storms for our Friday, much like what we had today. Now look at our futurecast starting at about 5 a.m. A whole lot going on in the morning as you head off to work, and actually as some head off to school for Friday. And then as we head toward lunch, we are looking at that Gulf Coast sea breeze to already start to track inland, firing up a few showers. That chance for showers and storms will stick around throughout the afternoon. Not a complete washout, but there might be a passing shower or storm from time to time. It does look like the activity will wind down pretty early, just in time for any Friday evening plans. So county by county, we'll start Flagler, Volusia County, mid to low 90s, temperatures staying hot with a chance for the afternoon storm. Same thing for Brevard County. We'll get up to 91 for Cape Canaveral, 92 in Melbourne, along with Palm Bay. Heading inland into Seminole County, high temperatures right around 92, 93 degrees. The humidity will make it feel closer to 100 degrees. We do have a chance for some rain to maybe help cool things down from time to time. Marion Lake and Sumter counties, 91 for Ocala, along with the villages. 93 degrees in Claremont for our Friday afternoon, and even into Orange County, right around 92, 93 degrees, average for this time of the year, with a chance for some of those afternoon storms. Osceola County, no different. Highs will be in the mid to low 90s, 40% chance of rain, humid throughout the afternoon. Now, if you are heading out on the boat, watch out for some isolated showers and storms offshore as well. Wind's a little breezy, up to about 10 to 15 knots, so we do have a moderate chop that's going to show up on the intracoastal waterway. Here's a check of your extended forecast. We've got, again, rain chances starting to pick back up as we head into the weekend as moisture returns. And even as we head into early on next week, at least a 40 to 50% possibility. Temperatures will be staying hot in the mid to low 90s. Overnight lows in the mid 70s. Here's a look at your pollen report. This pollen and allergy report is brought to you by the Personal Injury and Accident Division of BJ Law. Going to be in the moderate category right on throughout the weekend. We'll check out beach conditions coming up at 31 past the hour. Right now, live look at Storm Tracker 13 out for radar.
The remainder of the 2018 hurricane season should be less active than what was previously predicted. That is according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. They're saying that they're predicting 9 to 13 named storms, including 4 to 7 hurricanes. 4 storms have developed so far this year. Forecast does not predict where storms could make landfall. If you are heading to the coast this weekend for the overnight launch, you better plan on getting there early. This is one of NASA's biggest missions of the year. It's launching a United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket early Saturday morning. The spacecraft will fly directly into the sun's atmosphere, study solar wind, particles, and their impact on everything in the solar system. A 65-minute launch window opens up at 3:33 Saturday morning. You can, of course, watch it live right here on Spectrum News 13. The new school year is upon us, but as kids walk into their classrooms, they could be greeted by a fill-in or substitute teacher. And that's because there are still unfilled teacher positions. Spectrum News 13's Erin Murray takes a look at all of the vacancies and how they're impacting parents and students.
Meow! In the Chamberlain household,
Meow!
Danielle Chamberlain works hard.
I'm gonna wear this one
to make sure all faces are covered when raising 3 teenage girls. But some things are just out of her control.
What are you gonna do if you're a teacher?
Senior year, that's gonna be a problem because,
Fill-in teachers and staff shortages in Orange County are not something new to these honor students.
at my school, definitely, it's something I've been going through since freshman year.
Her mother joins her in this work.
I know it takes a village to raise children, and that's what I do. My private parent, but then I really depend on teachers.
And while this family lives in Orange County, the problem with school shortages are across Central Florida. In Volusia, there are 77 unfilled teaching positions. In Orange, there are between 40 and 80. Osceola, 120. And in Brevard, 8.
And when compared to overall instructional positions, the vacancies are a small percentage. But even just one unfilled spot affects a lot more people than you realize.
Every child, and it affects the teachers and everyone in the school, because in some situations they might have to divide classes and make classes larger, among the teachers that are there.
All of the school districts assure us, even with the vacancies, the classrooms will be manned by substitutes or other current qualified teachers. But a lack of just one consistent teacher can do damage. Nyala dealt with a long-term sub last year.
They just kept giving us package of work, and by the time we had to do the chemistry, you'll see, I felt like I was not prepared.
And now that it's just days away from the new school year, Tennille is past the point of understanding why these positions can't be filled.
We need them. We need them. A lot, we do.
She just wants the school districts to get it done, so her kids can worry less about teachers.
It's not fair. I don't think it is.
And focus more on their excitement for the first day of spring. In Orange County, I'm Aaron Murray. Spectrum is 13.
Coming up tonight on Spectrum Sports 360, Jags at home against the Saints plus Bucks and Dolphins in Miami. We'll see you live at 10:30 right here on Spectrum News 13.
Stay connected to the stories that are important to you. Follow us on Facebook, Spectrum News 13, exclusively on Spectrum.
Carry this stuff.
Why don't we talk about that case where three other law firms turned it down, and what, you got $2 million for the client?
Yeah, but how do we say that without being cheating?
How about this?
Okay, all right, not back down.
What if we talk about those motorcycle cases you handle?
Okay, I like that, but how'd you get that in here? You know what? I think we got it. We involved in a car or motorcycle accident. Call me over to the wrong. We care enough to come to you.
Here goes nothing. Is it working?
Now,
Electrical problems? Don't fix it yourself. Trust Frank Gate Services. We've helped do-it-yourselfers for over 40 years. Visit frankgateservices.com.
Honey, you look great. Are you ready to go?
I've been waiting for this night for a long time.
Leaky pipes? Now through Wednesday, save $150 on a full house repipe. frankgateservices.com.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. And if I put him at home, wouldn't have that option. Granny Nannies has been a huge help for me and my family. They have been responsible. They have been passionate. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure. More than just caregivers, they've really become friends with our family. Thanks to Granny Nannies, my dad is at home where he belongs.
a helping hand and a gentle heart.
At Leaders Casual Furniture, we have a huge selection of furniture and decor. If you can picture it, we can create it. We'll customize your new furniture with the styles and colors to complement your outdoor living space and home. We create quality furniture that lasts. Your furniture is custom finished by local hands at our headquarters in Clearwater. And because it's coming from Florida, we'll be delivering to your home before you know it. Leaders Casual Furniture. Quality that makes it easy to care for. Prices that make it easy to own.
Welcome back to your weather on the one. The strong storms from earlier half weekend. And good news, the rest of the night will be pretty quiet. Here's your overnight forecast. Mainly clear skies. Temperatures in the mid-70s. And as we look at some headlines, we're going to stay hot and humid as we head toward the weekend as rain chances start to increase. And it is that time. Kids are heading back to school. We'll have that first day forecast. Now, what do you expect for tomorrow?
Coming up tonight on Spectrum Sports 360, the Jags open up the preseason at home with the Saints. We'll watch the Dolphins clash in South Florida.
Plus, FSU will make a return to Orlando in the near future. We have the details on the other Brendan Murphy story with LSU.
Now in the first round of PGA Championship, how would the Jags look in St. Louis? Spectrum Sports 360. Ready to roll. Here we go.
Football.